Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
She was just the cuddliest little thing. She used to just snuggle with you. If you were warm, she would just love it and lay there. And then the next thing you know, she's gone, she's cold, and you're never going to see her again.
A Grand Forks family speaking out tonight after they say their dog was killed by another dog off its leash. It happened in the 1600 block of North 5th Street just after 5 p.m. on Friday. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, talked with both the family and Grand Forks Police today on the importance of leash laws and what could happen if they're not followed.
It all happened so fast.
They look and she starts convulsing, and then they pick her up and she took her last breath within 30 seconds of the bite.
Patridge says her mom's 6-year-old Min Pin Chihuahua mix Tiny was laying here in the sun when the neighbor's pit bull struck, snapping Tiny's spine.
She was just coming around with her owners around there, and she circled over there to Tiny quick, and it was just one quick little bite.
And Patridge says the pit bull owners have already been talked to about keeping their dog on a leash at all times outdoors.
When they first moved in, we tried getting them introduced, and she was aggressive right from the start, and it didn't work out.
But Patridge emphasizes this isn't a pit bull issue.
It's an owner error. If it took 30 seconds to put a leash on that dog, our dog wouldn't be gone, and that other dog wouldn't have to be at the Humane Society and be euthanized.
Lieutenant Derek Zimmel says the incident is still an open investigation and says since 2019, the department has only responded to 4 animal bite calls and says the consequences are on a case-by-case basis.
There may be a citation issued. The dog may be impounded depending on shots records that are available.
If a citation is issued, it will then be up to a judge if the animal is deemed dangerous or not, saying owners of a dangerous animal only have 3 options: move out of city limits, put the animal down, or put in place new safety measures to remain living in town.
Let's say they choose that third option and something within that setup fails and another bite, an aggressive bite happens, they may not be given that option for that second one.
Both Zimmel and Patridge emphasize the importance of keeping your dog on a leash, not only for the safety of others, but for you and your pet as well. In Grand Forks, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
A pet owner's first leash law violation is a citation, around $30. The second offense is a mandatory court hearing. The Marshall County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in finding a 13-year-old girl. They say Haley Mock disappeared Saturday evening. If you have any information, call the Marshall County Sheriff's Office at this phone number, 218-745-5411. It's a sunny and fairly warm day today, but we know our temperatures will fall as the week continues. Here's Hutch with a look at the forecast for this evening. Hutch?
Andrea, thank you so much. We are enjoying 50s and 60s as we begin our work week on a breezy note. We've had some gusts from time to time over 20 miles per hour. We have some clouds building in from the west where showers are starting to develop in our western counties. Not all of that reaching the ground. The heavier rain along the Montana border there. Here are those clouds building into the Grand Forks area from our home of economy view there. Temperatures this evening in Fargo by the 7 o'clock hour will dip into those upper 50s. But the wind tapers off as the clouds increase. Andrea, those clouds will allow us to stay a little warmer overnight tonight. We won't be as cold tonight, but believe me, there is some chilly air coming, and we do have to talk about a chance of snow in the extended forecast. We'll do all of that here in just a few minutes.
Things were good until you mentioned the snow.
Yeah. Make sure you stick around for the details on all of that.
Thank you. I will. The Red Cross is helping 12 displaced families after a fire tore through a 24-unit apartment building Sunday morning. The fire was reported just before 3 a.m. on the city's north side in the 900 block of 33rd Avenue North. Part of a stairwell ceiling collapsed on one of the search crews. One firefighter was injured but was still able to continue the rescue efforts. This evening, caution tape surrounds the building so no one can get in or out as authorities continue to investigate. The Grand Forks Fire Department is now ruling a residential structure fire as accidental. It happened last Wednesday. Officials say a cigarette ignited a wooden shelf and the fire traveled up the shelf to the ceiling. The fire was contained to the garage. Drivers using I-94 near Downer, Minnesota this morning had to take a detour because of a semi crash. The Highway Patrol says a westbound semi carrying metal poles lost control and rolled into the center median. Those poles landed in the eastbound lanes of I-94, some of them hitting a car, which then rolled into the ditch. The driver and passenger of the car were taken to Sanford Hospital with minor injuries. That portion of I-94 has since reopened. The high-stakes confirmation hearing for Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett is underway on Capitol Hill. If confirmed, she would expand the High Court's conservative majority, making it 6-3. Democrats object to holding the hearings so close to the election, but there's little they can do. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
He swore me in at my investiture.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett credited the late conservative Justice Antonin Scalia, a mentor for whom she clerked, with shaping her judicial philosophy.
Courts are not designed to solve every problem or right every wrong in our public life.
Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham defended his party's decision to fast-track her confirmation.
There's never been a situation where you had a president of one party and the Senate of another, where the nominee, the replacement, was made in an election year.
But Democrats say with millions of votes already cast, the vacancy should not be filled until the election is decided, especially with the future of the Affordable Care Act, abortion rights, and the election itself at stake.
President Trump has made it clear he wants another of his appointees on the Supreme Court before the election, because he anticipates court challenges over the vote.
Most Judiciary Committee members attended the hearing in person, but some participated virtually, including Senator Tom Tillis, one of two committee members recently diagnosed with the coronavirus. During her opening statement, Barrett, a federal judge and law school professor, also praised the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, despite very different ideologies.
I have been nominated to fill Justice Ginsburg's seat, but no one will ever take her place. I will be forever grateful for the path she marked.
Judge Barrett's supporters rallied outside the Supreme Court as her hearing got underway, while those opposed to her nomination protested in front of the Senate office building. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
If confirmed, the mother of 7 would be the first mother of school-aged children to sit on the High Court. Minnesota health officials say they have tied 9 new COVID cases to a Trump rally in Bemidji. That rally was held on September 18th, and the 9 people say they attended the rally. Of those 9 people, 2 people were hospitalized, 1 in intensive care. Trump's campaign communications director, Tim Murtaugh, issued a statement saying tying these cases to an outdoor event that occurred 3 weeks ago is a stretch. The new information came on a conference call where the state's COVID-19 developments were discussed. Australian researchers have found the coronavirus can survive 28 days on money, glass, and stainless steel. That's much longer than the flu virus can survive. The study was done by Australia's National Science Agency. It appears to show that the coronavirus remained infectious for longer than other studies have found. Their experiments also showed that the virus survived longer in cold temperatures.
So in our study, it's in very controlled conditions, so a set temperature and set humidities for the entire experiment. In the real world, those surfaces are likely to be in contact with the sunlight. There'll also be different humidities, different temperatures.
Researchers said today that their findings highlight the need for cleaning and hand washing. The Fargo Public School District is opening a second virtual academy for elementary students. In the current virtual academy, Fargo Public School teachers instruct the students. There are limited openings in this program. The new second academy is contracted through a company called Calvert, where Calvert teachers check in with students every other week, but the majority of the instruction is done by parents. Elementary students in Fargo are moving to in-person learning 4 days a week on October 26th, unless they register for one of these virtual academy options by Friday. A new store is opening at West Acres Mall next year. Athleta is an activewear shop owned by Gap with clothing for athletic women and girls. It'll be located next to Loft, which is near Buffalo Court. It is expected to open in the winter of 2021. Mental health in the workplace, how employees are feeling during this pandemic, is next on Valley News Live at 5.
This morning, temperatures snuck down into those low 30s in Grand Forks and some of our northern counties. It doesn't look as cold tonight, but we do have clouds and showers to talk about. And this week, a chance of some snow. Details in your forecast are next.